What's up? Welcome, you punks. Welcome to Rock Bottom Podcast with Ray DeVito. Real quick, shout out to my sponsors, Silk City Hot Sauce, silkcityhotsauce.com. Put in Rock B, save 15% on all your hot sauces. And then airyjane.com for deodorants, goat soap, deodorants, and soaps. Put in Airy Jane, AERIEJANE.com. Mention me, and you will get 15% off your first order and free shipping. All right. And Airy will comment when this stream's over. She'll be in here at some point to put down everything that you need to know on that. And I do not get paid for doing that. She's a friend of mine and gives me free deodorant. That's why I do it. What's going on, people in the chat? We got Sixtrom here. Movie and the Shrimp is great. Yeah, I got Patrick Melton with me, and then I got Chris Abels, who's gonna come in too, that you know from the network. He'll be on here. And check out my new specials out. Forget my dry bar special. That's old news. That special was like a month and a half ago. My new special, Life Without Balconies, was a Raw Dog SiriusXM exclusive. They played it 6 times uninterrupted this past weekend. Now you can buy it on Amazon and iTunes, or you can download it on the app. All right. Silk City I love Silk City Hot Sauce. I'm getting my own, supposedly. Nice chin, stupid. Thank you, AJ. I'm stuck with this. Out of all the birth defects to get, this is the one to go with. You get this. Yes. You get the butt chin. You get one of those. Hello, Vlad the Dragon. What's going on? Dave Hughes, Egg Trash. Zen's producer. What's up? Good to see you. Ray, why for your hard work? I'm sure Shuli will. Yeah, I get whatever the super chats. I get half of it. So do your super chats today. I gotta make some money. So I'm here for Melton. Bring him on. All right, G-Rob. He will be here. Yeah, Patty's here. Egg Trash here. And all right, Jackson. All right, let's get in. I'm gonna bring in Patrick Melton. Hey, Carlos Danger, please bring home milk. Thank you, buddy. I will bring home some milk. Carlos Danger joins me on my live streams all the time. Thanks for doing it. But yeah, let's bring on Patrick Melton from Nobody Loves Onions. Welcome, buddy. How are you, sir?
I love that you're like, I'm gonna do 10 minutes without you, like a shitty opener. You
yeah, I got off this. I'm like, all right, well, then we're gonna say you.
You go out and do a shitty 3, and then you're like, all right, well, let's get your headliner out here to fucking bomb it up.
Yeah. No, well, at first, I'm new to the network, and usually I like just do it, and I would bring out a guest, but she was like, you're good interacting with the chat. Interact with the chat first.
La, Can we take him out? Can we cut him out?
No, he's the boss of the network. Patrick Antos, thank you.
Cut him out of the whole deal. Change the passwords and
I'm on his network. I think someone was trolling you. How can I get on this?
I saw him last night. He's on his show, Miserable Men or Rico or what. They're all the same fucking show. Sorry to burst everybody's bubble. It's just, is it Bob Levy and the same guys again? Anyway. I'm sure it's great.
No, go ahead. You let it out. No, go ahead.
First of all, this isn't shit. Look, I don't know Shuli from shit, so this is good-natured ribbing.
Yeah.
But he was on his show regurgitating the same steel-toe bullshit. I don't know what's happened in adult men's minds where they're like, Patrick needs to... I haven't heard Patrick step up and apologize to steel toe. It's like, you're not gonna...
What are you supposed to apologize? Let me give the backstory. Everyone knows the backstory, but for some reason, let me give the real quick backstory. First of all, the backstory between you and me, how we know each other, and if I got this wrong, let me know. But
way to put the brakes on this whole thing.
Yeah, but no, because apparently you're Chad's. I'm glad Chad gave you permission for being on this podcast. I'm glad Chad's.
Are you broadcasting from the set of the movie Room?
No, I'm broadcasting from my room.
From my sitting on the floor, Indian style. It looks like Andy's room in Toy Story. What's going on?
Those are my bobbleheads. Yeah.
Does that make you feel like a man when you wake up and you look at those and you go, "You've done it, Ray"?
I'm a stupid road comic. I'm never here, and then when I am here, I'm I crashed my buddy's place in Ohio. I got a place in New York City. I crashed.
Where are you now?
I'm in Cleveland, Ohio right now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were in New York. I was like,
no, I was in New York City last week. So, but yeah, how I know you years ago. We did some shows together, like in New Jersey, and there was some shitty booker that liked us, booked. By the way, Andy, make sure you put up all the super chats. I don't think you missed one.
Yeah, you're talking about Butch Bradley. Go to hideawaycomedy.com, everybody. Read the Butch Bradley saga. Hideawaycomedy.com.
Yeah, but he's a dude that we're both. I want to say we're both on the same show. He saw us at a show. He booked you, and then he booked me for his gigs, and then like you showed up and did it, and he screwed you out of money, and then I was like,
a whole headlining weekend he didn't pay me.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm supposed to do that same thing without missing a beat. He called me before anything. I saw that, and then he called me. He's like, hey, don't listen to Patrick, whatever. And I was like, I'm like, I saw that. What's that? He said, don't worry, I'll take care of you or whatever. And I'm like, it just sounded shady. And then I canceled the gig, and that's when we bonded. And then like I had a show at the Creek, and you ended up doing some spots at my show at the Creek and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't even know you had this podcast life. And
me neither.
Yeah, holy shit. So that's how I knew. I knew you way before Chad, and then Chad and Steel Toe got in this beef. You were coming in from the outside with your Nobody Loves Onion. You were on either side.
I worked with Chad in Tulsa at the end of 2021. That's when I met Chad. And then that was when he was driving home. That's when he got robbed, his backpack and everything. Everybody says it's fake. I don't know, like whatever. Like here's the thing: is like everyone, Shuli going on and being like, you owe an apology to Steel Toe for taking sides with Chad. It's like I never took sides with Chad, and I never levied accusations against anybody. Of course, it's interesting that when Chad got punched in the eye, the owner of Stoney's Bar, which is the lead sponsor for the Steel Toe show, happened to be down in Florida. I found that information, and it's interesting. And I just said it was worth investigating. Obviously, like Chad said, he had filed a police report. Like, wouldn't you want to give that to the police to investigate it? That's all I ever said. I never said they did it. Aaron hired a guy. I don't.
He hired a guy. I love
because I don't like. I don't know why would I say that. So everybody is out there going like, because Steel Toe's saying it, so all these limp-wristed mental midgets are out there repeating it. I don't have to apologize for anything because I never levied accusations, so I don't owe anyone an apology. You're being told by Steel Toe that I accused him of something. I didn't. I've asked some people to come forward with the footage of me accusing him. No one can do it. I've done 90 hours on Steel Toe.
I know. I can't keep
There's no footage of me saying he did shit other than he's scamming people with an illegal lottery.
See, I saw that from your video. I don't know if he did that not knowing rules. Like I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say like he was just doing that.
What you said on your show last night, I think is true. I think he's doing a fun give. Look, he knows he does every loophole to grift people out of money there is. Like when he takes donations, he subtracts what YouTube takes out of it and only counts certain amounts. The gold, like he knows what he's doing. It's a hard grift, but that's fine and that's legal. So I think he was running a drawing. I think him and his wife are Midwestern midwits who don't know jack shit, and they don't understand that you can't sell tickets to a lottery. And they think they're getting around it by going like, no, people are buying stickers, and then they get a free entry into the lottery. It's like you have to follow state, local, and federal regulations for that kind of thing. And you have to offer people a way to enter for free. You also have to publicize guidelines and regulations, not just for YouTube, but all this other stuff. They're also like, one of their sponsors is a firearms dealer. You can't monetize content with advertising with any video that has a firearms dealer. Like they're breaking several like basic YouTube tenets. And when I bring that to their attention, their gut reaction was to fight me and call me a liar and start attacking me. Meanwhile, they pulled down all those shows because they know they're fucked. They know they're in violation. Why would you pull down shows if you're not breaking any laws? So they pulled them down. I
think they don't know that they realize like, hey, they probably don't have a clue. It's kind of like
over their dicks. They're so in over their dicks. And if they would just be humble and be like, sorry, we didn't know what we were doing. How do we do it again? Like it's very fixable, but they're too ego driven and too narcissistic to admit that they fucked up and just do the right thing.
Now, what happened? Because when you entered this, you were not on either side. And at first, when I would see it online, it looked like you were more on Steel Toe's side. What happened between you and Steel Toe at the beginning that you were like, oh, I don't like this guy?
I don't look at it as being on anybody's side.
Right.
I don't look at it like that. I came into the thing. Chad had blocked me. Chad was reacting. Chad was being emotional, and it was funny and entertaining. And I was like, oh, this is like a radio beef.
Right.
And then Chad just like mentioned their kids and stuff, and they freaked out. And they started lying about him, and I caught that. And I was like, they're lying about what Chad's done. And unless
wait. Like Chad doesn't lie. And by the way, I love that he lies.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, it's very entertaining. His lying. It's great.
People get mad, like, how do you stand or do you endorse when Chad does this? It's like, I'm not Chad's dad. I don't give a like if he wants to fucking dox them, he can dox, like, that's his business. I have to fucking I have to come up to a podium and make a statement every time Chad does something. I'm not his dad.
Right.
Like, it's so weird that grown men need other grown men to co-sign bullshit. Like, I'm not on Chad's side. I'm not on Steel Toe's side, but I saw Steel Toe lying about Chad and what he had done. And I thought that was curious. And then I saw the true soul of Aaron Emholt and how self-conscious he is and emotional he is. And he, like a baby, throws fits. And I don't know how he found the only woman who's willing to like be gaslit by him every day into thinking he has a little box of trophies under his desk. He gives himself one every day and tells himself he's great and has the best show and he's winning. And he's like, it's bananas.
I admit, when I would watch a show, this is at the beginning before all the drama stuff. Like, when I would catch a show, I did like, he's got a decent show, like dicking on the news and stuff. I thought it was entertaining. I didn't watch all the time when he has a crutches guy and they go back and forth about news stories. I thought it was decent. So he doesn't need to do this whole Mudshark world thing. Like, so it was weird that he jumped in it.
If you go back and listen to when he got fired off the radio, he was a super alpha, mean guy. Women don't belong on the radio. They should never put a woman on the radio. They're the worst. He hates women. Listen to his show every day.
Well, first of all, he's not wrong. All right. I thought we're trying to find things that we disagree with.
Then he puts he puts his dumb wife on there, and she's just fucking awful at this, and she doesn't have the stomach for it. And now she's like, they were picking on people. And then again, like, nobody's even done anything to them. I watch their show every day and they do 2 hours about me every day. Like, I'm not even doing anything to them other than pointing out that they're breaking federal law. But again, that could be very easily fixed. And they're so dumb. They think, oh, we're going to go do it on Rumble this month. And it's like, federal law extends to Rumble too, you dumb bitches. Like, what's wrong with them?
So you've been trolling the show. You've been streaming the show, commenting on it while they're doing their live show. And one of the co-hosts, Corey Adams, who I don't know, but from comics I know he's a funny comic. I've never seen him, but I've heard he's a funny comic. And he like hosts a show with them. By the way, you could put up all the super chats if you want. Aaron loved your first vids about Chad, then less so. All right. Aaron, who's Aaron?
Aaron is Aaron.
Oh, Aaron Emholt. All right. I'm thinking that Chad has fired himself from everything he's ever done. I'm pretty sure his bridges are all destroyed. I'm reading. Patrick's from Cleveland, so shout out C-Town. But you, so Corey, who's one of his co-hosts, you were like trolling the show, and you were in the super chats, and you were giving him half your super chats to.
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny to just half the super chats I raised that day we were going to give to Corey regardless, but it turned out Corey was watching our show while he was doing his show. And if you go back knowing that now and watch the Steel Toe show, he's so checked out.
I sent a clip. I sent a clip if you want to play it.
They don't want to play it.
Andy, or if Joe, if that's Joe.
Hold on one sec. I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
We don't need to see a clip. What is it?
All right. Well, I was just looking for context. I have producers, Patrick. It's not just me.
Go watch it. Make them go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. All right. Don't do it. Just go watch it.
I'm telling you, it is worth watching. It's really fucking hilarious. But so we get Corey, who's watching our show, but on his show to do things and work in words and stuff for super chats. And so he's like basically insulting Aaron to his face on his own show, and Aaron has no idea and is like rolling with it, all goofy and fucking scatterbrained. And then he finds out midway through or 3 hours into it that we're trolling him, and he acts like he's cool with it, and it's fun.
What I saw,
he slowly starts to melt down, and by the end, 5 minutes after he finds out that we're doing it, he's calling himself the puppet master and saying he's smarter than everybody, and it's like we're literally controlling your show.
And to his credit, I thought he was rolling with it the best he could in the moment.
He was coping, and then he
was coping.
His emotions come out, and then he starts going, I'm the puppet master. And it's like, bitch, we were literally controlling your co-host. How are you the puppet master?
Yeah.
He's insane. Every word and sentiment out of his mouth is a lie. Every one of them.
Ray asked him about what happened with High and Red Bar and Melton about his. I don't know what the $100 mystery, but I don't know.
Everybody, like, there's like 4 idiots. I don't know who the Stevie Lou guy is, but he sounds like one of the dumbest people on earth. Everybody keeps going like, I guess Red Bar bought a I moved and I had a bunch of merchandise we didn't sell 10 years ago that was in storage. And I said for I don't think it was $100. It was $60 or something. Hey, $60. I'll mail you a box of old shirts that we never sold, mugs, all this stuff.
Right.
He's like, ask him about the scam. It's like, I had merchandise that was for sale and people bought it. What's the scam?
By the way, I like Stevie Lou.
What's wrong with everybody? What's happened to everybody's brains? I don't understand it.
Stevie's a buddy of mine.
By the way, does this mean you're right about Steel Toe? Because you got me on the mystery box? Oh, no! My world is crumbling, Stevie Lou. I wonder why nobody wants you anywhere, you dork.
He's like
Aaron. Tongue his little asshole. I bet it tastes like battery acid. You're a dork. You're a dork. I don't even know you. I've never seen one thing of you, and I already know you're a dork.
Hey, Ray, speaking of dorks.
When you're wrong about one thing, you go, oh. You're wrong about one thing, and you go, yeah, but what about this one now? Because your brain's broken.
This is Chris Abels. Welcome, Chris. Chris was here in
I was
case
hoping it wasn't Stevie Lou because I was going to have to get up and shit live on the camera. What a piece of shit. What a dummy. Yeah, but then what about this thing?
No, Stevie's he's a buddy of mine, but he's my Walter.
He sounds like a brain-dead piece of shit.
Yeah, he's like out of control sometimes. Where it's like, dude, you just gotta fucking calm down. So I like Stevie. He's been on my show before, but he's like my Walter and Lebowski. A lot of it's like everything's not Nam. Everything's not Nam Walter. He's that guy. He is a good. Yeah. He's definitely he's very intense for a guy that smokes weed as much as he claims that he does. But he's a good guy. All right, Chris. This is essentially like. Jump in when you want, but this is his mic is extremely hot. Chris Abel's mic. All right, so let's get it's still hot. The Joe, can you fix that?
I'll take care of it, Chris. You just do your thing.
Cool. But all right, you're gonna be like on the chime in whenever. We're getting right in this podcast beef. I want to know more of what's going on. And nobody likes onions world because I'm fascinated, dude. I sit there and I'll watch your stream for hours, and then I'm like, "What the fuck? I just did 2 and I don't have 5 hours to like watch podcasts." And I'm like, I was just watching this for 2.5 hours. It's entertaining as shit, and I didn't know you that. I just knew he was a comedian, and I'm like, this guy fucking gets into it. Tell me about this private investigator. Did you have a private investigator?
Yeah, it was a private investigator. I'm being very careful about the words I hired or I paid because. Just trust me.
Stevie Lou come get you. He'll come get you. Stevie Lou's out of
This guy, like, he'll argue with you about what color the sky is, and then when you're right about it being blue, he'll go, but what about the time you said the grass wasn't green?
Yeah. That's Stevie, and I love him. I love Stevie, but yes, he's out of his fucking mind. I love Stevie.
Everybody was speeding, officer. Everybody was speeding. He's that fucking idiot. It's like, okay.
I love the guy, but he's out of his fucking mind. I mean that in a good way. He's no harm. Trust me, he's no harm.
Nobody's scared. Fella. Nobody's running in their boots.
No, and you shouldn't be. No, and you shouldn't be.
Girl's name. Your parents wanted a girl, Stevie Lou.
Patrick, tell us how you really feel.
I don't even know him.
Tell me about this investigator that you heard was around you.
No, I mean, look, it was a 3-pronged investigation. I had someone
What
in
are
the
prongs? Tell me about prongs. Pretend I'm an idiot and I don't know what prongs are.
It's a triumvirate.
All right.
Some
So
would
what
say.
is one prong? And then there's
A
three.
private investigator.
Okay.
And I'll just say an acquaintance because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. In Tampa on the ground.
On the ground. You need one on the ground.
Yep. And a behavioral forensic psychologist examining body language and facial micro ticks. And, this was a real thorough investigation. As you can see, Chad called in right away and confessed. We got him.
I knew that. I called that. I called that out. The reason why I did that is because he knew that you knew more stuff. He knew that you knew more stuff, and he wanted to jump in ahead. And by the way, that's also weird because the story he did change it to is exactly the same story, except now it's just one guy. It still had to be about Cumia. It's still Cumia that came in.
Yeah, I just like everybody gets mad at Chad. It's like, what are you mad about? A guy's allowed to lie.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think it was the lying. It was the money that people were sending him.
Well,
and
look,
everything else.
But people are mad that I'm not mad at Chad, but I didn't send Chad any money. I felt like it was. I felt like it was off from the beginning. Everybody did, I think.
Right.
So they're mad at you for not being mad at him.
But the same reason I didn't call Chad out for being a liar is because I don't know, and I don't want to look like a fucking asshole.
And also, who cares if he lies? Like, who gives a shit?
Look, if you sent Chad $100 and you find out he was lying and you didn't know Chad, I understand if you have a right to be a little. You feel like you were scammed.
Yeah, you got burned. So
people want Bob Levy to like quit the show and never let him back on the show. It's like that was like fuck everybody. That was Chad.
Yeah.
Let him back on the show.
Yeah, Levy is a genius when it comes to this stuff. So like if he didn't want him around or whatever, he would instantly kick him off. But obviously he makes great content, even though he's bullshitting and stuff like that. So I mean, look. How long ago was this? This was like last week or whatever. We're still talking about it. We're still talking about it.
Yeah.
So no matter what Chad gained,
I mean, I'm not. Everybody else,
right?
I don't
Everybody
have a
else
feeling about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we literally are still talking about this shit. So I mean, so he wins. He wins in the end because even the people that hate him are still talking about it.
They're hate watching.
Yeah. I mean,
dude, that's why like I was on MLC and then like on the day when like Brennan and Levy realized, first of all, people found out Chad lied. Wow, surprise. Is anyone surprised? Like, is that like what's the but then they were like, oh, he should never be on MLC again. Like, we got to get rid of him. I'm the only one that's like, no, you have to keep Chad. You have to keep Chad. Then they bring Chad on with us. The only one's like, fuck Ray DeVito. Why is Ray DeVito? I'm like, I'm the only one that was saying that you need to stay on the show. I was the only one out of the fucking three of us here. I was the only one that was like, no, you got to keep Chad. He's there for the content. Chad gets out there. What the fuck, Ray DeVito? He's a piece of shit. I'm the only one that was advocating for him.
But if you didn't give any money to him and you're just a fan of the podcast, I don't know what you're upset about. Your internet man lied to you. Like, get over it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with everybody? Everybody's like really fucking sensitive and weird now. It's like,
I love it.
A guy lied on the screen in front of you. Okay. Are you all right? Are you okay?
This has been going for like 2 years now, where people are starting these little wars amongst other podcasts just to get their podcast noticed, stuff like that. I mean, it's ridiculous, all these fights and stuff. So, I mean,
I don't know. I feel like if you ask me, my theory is he probably wasn't hit. I think he was on my show today. He called in and he swears he was hit. But then I had 9 people messaging me telling me he was trying to infiltrate me or turn me, or he was turning against me.
I love it. It's like wrestling heels.
Yeah.
I was like, turn against me for what? Like, how? I don't have we're not.
The only thing he got hit by was reality. So the reality.
No, he still doesn't get reality.
No, he's not. I don't think he's dumb. I don't think he's dumb. He knew it was all going to come out.
Oh yeah.
So
he definitely also Carl from Who Are These Podcasts had an interesting I have the worst gout. I'm getting over it. I'm going to be okay. But according to Carl from Who Are These Podcasts, like he was pointing out that Chad reveals a little bit of his truths and his lies. So he was with a woman that's about to get divorced but still married. And his theory is the guy who's the husband of the lady, might have been the one that punched him.
Oh,
But he could have been the guy.
Why do you think someone punched him?
I mean, no offense. I mean, I'm not a puncher, but Chad seems like a dude that would put himself in situations where
Now that
people
I'm
would
like
want
in
to
on it,
punch him.
now that I'm in on it and know that he wasn't jumped, like now it's more fun to me. And I think the more fun is like, I don't think he was hit at all.
Well,
I
he
think
didn't do it to himself. No one's going to hit themselves.
No, he got something in his eye or something, and that's why it's spread to the other eye now.
yeah, the oil,
Ah.
which is the worst part because now
Why he went to a hospital a week later, like it should have been almost healed by then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But if you put oil in your eye,
And now he's wearing sunglasses because
Yeah.
it's Bob Levy said that last night that it had spread to the other eye, that he saw it. And it's like, that's an infection. That's why it got worse. And you had to go to the hospital 6 days later.
No, it's
I like
not
this.
karma.
Chad.
Now, in fairness to Chad, he could have got hit and also got an infection. But he said this morning, no infection. He said no infection. So I mean, I'm just watching and I'm loving it. I don't care what it is. It's funny.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Funny.
It's great. Yeah. Yeah. So you think it's an infection, but I don't know why. It would explain.
I'm basing this on nothing. I have no inside
Right.
information. People think like, again, Steel Toe's telling everybody Chad and I teamed up and we're on the same side. It's like Chad and I didn't discuss anything like nothing. And to be fair, yesterday I did discuss an angle with him. Me and Earl Skakel told him like he should try to get on Cumia saying he's going to apologize and then just fucking rip Cumia shreds.
That'd be awesome.
Well, because I know if I say I've never planned anything or worked anything with him, he'll release those texts and be like, look, Melton did plan this with me. And we did yesterday joke about him going on Cumia and doing that.
So when he called into your show today, what did he talk about? You said you were.
Oh, I think he's mad at all the shows that are. It's weird because I don't know if he's serious. Like, again, this is like, it could be Kaufman-esque, really 4D chess shit. This really could be.
Chad's not that smart. Chad's not that smart. No,
he's
come
not
on.
He's not retarded.
He's not. He's a beautiful mind.
He's working an angle. I think he's working an angle, and I think he called in today, and he's mad at all the shows talking about him.
Me? Yeah, fair enough. I'm copying him. I went to the ER after MLC because of my gout.
Radio and Red Bar and all these guys, like they're all hopping on the Z train. And
You're mad that I scammed
it's
them.
so good to like tell all the shows, don't talk about me anymore, you pieces of shit. It's like, yeah.
No, that's exactly what he wants. He's an idiot.
Right,
if we don't talk about him, us talking about him just helps him.
Yeah.
It's all.
Got him
So that's how it
subscribers.
blows up. That's what's making it huge. So he's. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how far ahead of everybody he is.
I went to the ER after MLC. I'm copying Chad.
No, you're not
I'm a
copying
dork.
Chad. If you were copying Chad, you wouldn't have shown us that.
Yeah. There's the gout that I went to the hospital for. That was.
Who jumped you?
We get it.
Yeah.
We get it. You're sexy.
Yeah, I'm on Wikifeet. Anybody want to see?
Jesus Christ.
Brown
That
snake.
looks like al dente spaghetti. It was gross.
Oh, it is gross. The swelling's down. I'm gonna go run later. Believe it or not, I'm gonna give it a whirl.
Run what to CVS?
No, it's the swelling's gone down. The steroids, the Percocets, the Colcitrine.
Oh yeah, well that alone.
Yeah, it's coming down. So
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
see,
try to
this
run.
guy, beloved Chatter, says Chad uses the same fake getting beaten up story twice. That's special, kind of stupid. But not if he wanted the breadcrumbs to be there for everybody. Not if he wanted to be discovered and be the heel.
There's no way he thought Rover would come back into it. Rover's a successful dude in Cleveland, Ohio.
He went on one of his sock puppet accounts and probably sent it to Rover. What are you talking about? This guy's a genius.
That's true.
What I'm saying.
Dude,
Everybody thinks Chad's stupid. Chad is fucking you all up.
It's Chad's world and we're all living in it.
Yes.
It's Chad's
Yes.
world. We're
And
all
everybody
pawns in
else
his
might be
game.
Mad about it, but why not just live in it and embrace it? Beautiful human is creating art.
He's not boring. You got to admit, he's not boring. He's like that adolescent child that he's like a permanent, like a fifth grader walk around in an adult world. And you're like, wow, it's just.
I mean, he placed his bets. He's going to get both sides of the coin. He's going to get all the donations from the people who had sympathy up front. And he's going to get all the donations from the people who just love him rolling around in the mud on the back end when the story comes up.
Yeah.
And
all
he's
the people that
the
sign up to see what he does next, because
and he's taking the best. There's more people who are just into the drama than who will be mad about him lying. So, and so far he's right.
Yeah.
It's winning. Like, hey, we're talking about him. I'm talking nonstop about him. I think it's I think it's absolutely brilliant. What do you think his next move is? Now that we're all like, what do you?
Well, probably killing you after this show. Remember, he discovered me. He told you he discovered me.
He discovered you. You were nothing. You were nothing until Zumock came around.
Yeah.
He discovered all of us. He discovered.
Yeah. I know plenty of comedians that say that stuff, man. When you're doing good and stuff like that, or you're like Ray DeVito, and you got a #1 special, they're like, oh, I discovered him. So yeah. Yep. There's tons of guys out there like that. I think his next move is he's gonna pretend he's blind.
All right, G Rob's bruises can spread. I've heard this too. The blood vessels can set on the other eye. So I don't know. I mean, it could be anything. What if it was the original story and he's fucking us all? I like how like they beat him up. They still had to bring up Kumia. It's still like, no matter what happened, it's still like
That's the part that makes it all not believable, because there's no way anybody recognized him from Kumia at a bar. Like, that didn't happen.
No, that definitely did not happen. No.
Yes.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Maybe
I'm guessing that didn't happen.
Maybe in his mind, he's like, everywhere he goes, he's like, oh, you know me. He probably like goes up to people and he's like, you know me, I'm the Z-Man. And
just walks up to people and goes, what are you staring at? You with Kumia?
Yeah. And they're like, what?
They're like, who's Kumia?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who he is, you dork? You're a dork.
You know who he is. You know who I am.
You loser. Who shoved in a locker?
You won't hit me.
You won't hit me, you Kumia cuck. You Kumia cucks won't punch me in the face. Get out of here.
That is what he did to me on Twitter. He blocked me out of nowhere and called me a Kumia cuck, and I don't watch Kumia. I don't know what you're talking about.
All you Kumia cucks want to punch me in the eye when I'm getting my chicken something from the taco truck. Whatever. I love people in the chat that still bother him. Like, where's the receipt from the food truck? Well, I mean, didn't save your receipt. He's got to walk around with receipts. Yeah. Like that old Hedberg joke. Like, I bought a donut. Where's the receipt? I got to show the doubters that I bought a fucking. You Kumia cucks want to see my receipts? I'll give you receipts. That's what I do. The Z-Man provides fucking receipts for all you fucking Kumia cucks. What are you, Rover cuck?
That was my whole instinct, is like, if he had a photo like that, he would have shown it. If he had a police report, he would have been waving it around in the background. Yeah. Like, Chad loves to show off evidence. If he has it.
Does. I got it right here, folks. I got it right here. You want my there you go. Right, like when he did go to the hospital, like, there it is, right here. Right here. I got it.
I'm surprised he didn't dig a hospital bracelet out of the trash and Scotch tape it on this.
Somebody else's name. The old Baltimore hustle right there. So, yeah, he's like Biff, man. Because when he had that car accident, didn't he like post pictures of that wristband, or was that bullshit too?
I don't know, but that's a bad sign when that's what you got to do.
Yeah. He's like, the guy who's hit us, insurance expired. We're really in a jam.
I was riding a shotgun and I didn't have my seatbelt.
I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about those other.
Jules,
like, I don't know anything about
to address Jules, David. Yes, I do get money from them, but no, I haven't got any yet. But I'm not worried about it. I was saying that jokingly. Don't get me in shit. Don't get me canceled. You can watch the stream last night. I was saying that as a joke. Because people are trying to donate on my stream, but I don't have the watch hours yet to do the super chat. So I go super chat tomorrow. So thank you for the super chat.
Get Ray the watch hours, program some bots or something.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah.
For anyone that's concerned about that, if they scan the QR code in the top corner of the
There
screen,
you
they can
go.
donate directly to you, and they don't have to
Get
worry
this off
about
my
it.
area. Put it on
For the
Ray's area.
record,
Get that.
YouTube does pay once a month. So
No,
once
it's cool. It's cool. I just said that on my stream. I was not. You can go watch the stream. I wasn't saying anything malicious. I was just joking.
Yes,
and
he
now,
was. No,
yeah, these fucking these people coming hot on the internet. Everything's fucking life or death. Everything's like you're either on one side or the other. You fucking cross the line, you Kumia cucks. You're either on this side of the line or that side of the line. There's no in between.
dorks.
Yeah, it's fucking losers. Who shoved you in a locker? Look at all these people that got shoved into lockers.
Fucking dorks.
How many times has Chad shoved into a locker that he brings that up?
No,
as
he
his
was
go-to?
his whole thing is that he was a popular jock.
Oh, really? There's no way. There's no way. He was a jock?
That's right. He played basketball, right? And baseball and all that stuff, I think.
How tall is he? He's not that tall.
He's
I
like
don't know.
5'9", but I played pickup basketball
I'm
with Chad.
6'5", but I can't jump. That
Mm-hmm.
height doesn't. I don't know if height has anything to do with it.
I mean,
But no, Chad. When Chad was at Kent State, I was at Bowling Green when we were starting out in comedy. That's when we started, and I would play pickup games at Kent State, and then go do the open mics across. So yeah, he played basketball like in the pickup games. I was a pretty decent athlete. I played basketball in high school. I sucked until I got to high school. But I sat on the bench. I still wasn't a cool kid. I was not a cool kid. I didn't have a lot of friends in high school.
Yeah, but look, it's all turned around now.
yeah.
Who's shoving me in lockers now, man? No one's shoving me in lockers. Those days are over.
I watched last night when you were texting me. You licked your lips nervously for like 10 minutes. And I was like, this guy's energy is just frantic. Like everything's fine.
I have an anxiety disorder. I have ADHD and an anxiety disorder. Hence why I got to run 4 miles a day.
You can't walk. You can't function.
I can run no neck Ray. Russet, do I not have a neck? Maybe I don't have a neck. I'm hunched. Now you got me. Do I have an upper lip?
No, he's paranoid.
No, I'm being overconscious. But no, I definitely don't. I don't want to piss off Patrick. I don't know what skeletons I like.
There's no skeleton. I'm not looking to just fuck people. I just started pulling on the steel toe thread, and it's like, what? Look, again, like you said, I don't think he was trying to scam anybody in the beginning. I think he was just trying to maximize profits. He's a greedy narcissist, like we all are on the internet. But when you inform someone they're breaking federal law, and you inform someone they're actually ripping off, and like they're supposed to give the people in the chat a free entry if they don't want to buy his bullshit 7-inch hubcap stickers, and he's not doing that. And once you know it and you're denying it and keeping it going, well, now you're a bad guy. Now you're like, and so of course, we're picking it apart, and his wife's shaking on camera, and your whole life's falling apart, probably because your kids. He said his kids crawl through eggy trash. It's gross shit, you know.
Through eggy trash.
Yeah, his wife let some crazy shit slip out on that show. It's nuts.
Who April does?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Like I said, I haven't watched it in a while.
This is why you don't do a show with a husband-wife, because it's like when there is passive aggression, whoo.
Oh, it comes through.
It slip out on each other. It's so good. He told her she was not smart, quote unquote, on camera the other day.
Oh man.
You can do that with your spouse.
Yeah. So the next show, she told him that first of all, she takes out the garbage and does all the like man show. It's crazy what she lets slip, man.
Oh wow. I like them. I mean, I don't have any problem with them. They haven't done anything to me. I met him through Levy, which is in the chat, and he says, "Hey, Pussy Chin, Chris and Patrick." So what up, Bob? They haven't done anything to me, man. But that's the thing.
I just think they're a little corn. I just think they're corn.
Sure. Yeah. But I mean, that's like the thing about Levyland is I've gotten to meet a bunch of people that I wouldn't have met and stuff like that. But it seems like if somebody comes on Levyland and then somebody's at war with them, they're like, pick a side. I'm like, fuck that, man. I don't have to pick a side just because you feel one way or whatever, you know? I mean, until somebody does something to me, then I don't care. Well, and there's been one person that's done something to me. And
who?
Oh, you know, Ray.
You name.
You know, Ray. He sets up in that studio in New York, so he just
Cumia?
gets his
Cumia?
shit. No.
Opie?
I've never met Cumia. Yeah, it was Opie. No, it's Gino.
Jim
But,
Norton.
I mean,
Oh, Gino.
Yeah.
I don't take Gino serious.
J.
Come on.
Elkerson.
I mean, yeah, I don't either, and so I don't mess with the guy. I don't mess with the guy anymore, and stuff
Well,
like that.
I don't
So-
talk to
Ray,
yeah.
Ray, last night, I think you said it right. It's like, I had nothing against the guy, and I honestly thought we were having a fun back and forth, me fucking with him. Like, literally, I'm not lying. 100% all I've done to this guy is watch his show and fuck with it mildly through the chat. I don't send a bunch of people over there to fuck with it. I don't like, that's not what I do. And again, there's 70 hours of it. Go find me saying I don't do doxing. I don't do shut down the stuff. I want him to have a show. He has gone on his show and made such crazy lies about me. So now it is kind of like, you're lying about me. So it's so insane. I can't even begin to refute all the shit. Like, he's so full of shit. I've done nothing but watch the dude. And to him, it's like, I've complained about him. I've accused him of things. I'm attacking his family. I'm attacking his sponsors, his sponsored family. We made a prank call to Stoney's where I said, do you know he's selling the gift cards? The wings are dope. Oh, no. Jesus Christ, is the world crumbling?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you guys are going at it, so I.
But he's
understand
saying
for
like
me.
really crazy shit that I'm lying about, and it's just not true. Like, it's not true.
You
So
called
I don't
you
know,
called
it's so weird.
Stoney's? You
Yeah, we
called
called
Stoney?
Stoney's.
Oh, Stoney's?
Yeah, that's his like all his sponsors are like a local towing company and stuff. And he flexes it. He's like, you could never get a sponsor. It's like, yeah, well, if I'm ever in Rockville, Minnesota, I'll be sure to always be towed by these guys. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
The wings are dope. So,
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
But how did you know that the owner of Stoney's went to Florida that day?
Facebook.
Oh, you looked at you're friends with the guy on Facebook, Stoney's? Did he like
No,
say
just-
on the Stoney's Facebook page,
I
hey,
have
I'm
a lot
going to
of
Florida?
sources. I have a lot of sources. People tell me stuff.
Look at you, dude. I
his
don't have
new
any
sponsor.
sources. I just have
And then
bobbleheads.
They're all giving me shit because I was the one who put that out there. But like, again, if there was a real police case, you would have taken that piece of information to the police. That's a very like interesting piece of information. So that's all I said was like, this is crazy. If Aaron had something to do with this and this sponsor, biker bar owner, comes down and was in Florida and then out enough time to fly home on a red eye, was already back in Minnesota the morning after it happened, like, you would take that to a detective and be like, hey, I don't know if this is anything, but look into this. Like, it was just a piece of information, and they took it as like, you know how the internet is, so they all went like, oh my God, Stoney's did it, but it's like, that's not my problem. I don't need to, because Shuli was saying that too. Shuli was like, well, you know how people react when they hear information. It's like, that's not my responsibility. I said, this is worth looking at, and how other people take it or what other people say about it or levy accusations, that's not my responsibility. And I don't have to trace down each and every one of those branches of a tree to like correct people. That's not my duty.
I will say this. If you are the owner of Stoney's, because I only know this from doing MLC with Levy, I guess you're doing a comedy show there, and Aaron's bringing in Gino out of all the people. Nothing against Gino. I don't hate the guy. He's out of his mind. But I have done comedy shows with him that were shut down because he just starts yelling like that is his act, is just saying the most inappropriate, offensive stuff to get. So he should really look into.
Steel Toe loves that. Steel Toe does a little blackface doll every show.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like is he's got that like little, because you're like also cutting off an audience that could potentially be there.
He rants about Jews. He rants about Jews every show. It's crazy. Like, he's really stuck in like 2003 or something. Shock jock.
Yeah, but also, even if you were to think that that's funny, why would you do that? You're cutting off an audience you could potentially have by saying like, hey, I do like, maybe there is a black guy that thinks the show's funny, and then he sees this, like, what the hell is this? So I don't, you're really putting yourself in the corner by doing that. You're not giving yourself a chance to
Cumia
expand.
loves it, and he's trying to signal Cumia that he's compound ready.
Compound ready. That's awesome. Are you compound ready? Are you compound ready?
You hear that, Chad?
Are you compound ready? I don't condone doing that Chad stepdad mug. I know you guys do this on this show. You don't have to put up the Chad stepdad thing.
You know, I know you do this on the show. It's your show. It's your show.
No, these are my producers. Don't put up. No, Jesus.
I love
He has
that
no
stuff.
control
Those
over
guys-
this.
Yeah, those guys are geniuses.
You let what Ray? What happened to you? How old are you?
I'm 48 years old, man. I'm an old man.
I mean, like, what? Why is everybody still stepping all over you? Stand up for yourself.
All right, what do I do, man?
You're letting them just put shit over your show. It's your
Yeah,
show.
don't put that stuff on my show, man. I want none of that horse shit.
Well, now you got them. That'll get
Yes, sir,
that.
Mr.
Yeah.
DeVito.
Hey, Mister.
None of that funny stuff. Come on.
Don't you wag a finger while you do it, Nancy.
I'll just Kebe Matumbo you.
Was that coffee cup full?
Yes,
I
it's
didn't-
like
oh,
almost
yeah. There it is.
Jesus. Oh man.
I would buy that mug.
I don't care about the mug, but don't put up Nazi stuff. I'm not a fan of that stuff.
So
I'm
look,
not-
there
no,
was
okay.
probably at some point a path to like reconcile with Steel Toe and stuff, but like the dude's nuts. Now he's not only like just saying all this heinous shit about me, but like he's also saying accusing me of sexualizing his wife, which again, he sexualizes his wife. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't talk about her sexually at all, ever. I'm not Chad. I don't say I want to run off with her. I'm going to steal her away. None of that. I'm a married man. I'm happily. And he goes, oh, well, he's sexualizing April because he zooms in on her forehead. We're watching her react.
How would
to
he
your
know that?
show.
Yeah, how would he know that anyways?
Because
I'm sure he watches it. I'm sure he watches.
She watches live on the phone, and you see her look down, and they're like, "They're zooming in on me." No, is this what you want? Like, why is this so? And it's like we're doing it because you do this. Like,
yeah, you can't bring your wife into it and stuff like that.
It's so bad.
Not think that people aren't gonna. I mean, it's the these people like in the chat and stuff like that constantly saying shit about Rob Saul, the girl that's on Levyland, and so when you bring a woman onto a show, that's gonna happen. So they're gonna,
I mean, especially when his whole brand was predicated on him running around picking on people and being the alpha, and it's like someone gives a little bit back to you and then you buckle like a flower and simultaneously run off declaring yourself the winner. It's like, I mean, this guy's delusional. Like, it's crazy.
Joe, put up the super chats when they come in if you don't mind. Yeah, Jules David, thanks, buddy. Ray, this is what you get when producers are fans that have no. Joe and Andy are great. They're good guys. I've never had producers before. This is brand new. This is high tech stuff. I'm gonna get a nicer dresser behind me. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna get nicer bobbleheads, nicer dressers.
Stepping up in life.
Where they keep hostages.
Fuck yeah, man. We're moving on up. That's what we're doing, man.
Yeah, that's right, man. From lockers to closets.
I've had 2 specials in 2 months.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do another special next month. We're just keep doing these new specials every month. I do see that from Steel Toe, where yes, he did come in and he was like kind of like the bully, and then someone punches back, and it's like, wait, they punch back. I thought only I can punch. I do get a lot of that feel where like the second someone punched back, like, wait, what? You're gonna make fun of me now?
Is he a comic? Is he a comedian?
No, he tried and couldn't do it.
Okay, I mean, so he legit is like not a comedian, correct?
No.
So I mean,
I guess not.
I'm not either anymore. In fairness, I can't fucking do that anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, yeah, you do comedy and stuff like that, so you can take the hits. Where I think most.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody say it, but like it might have been Chad who said it, or it might have been on MLC or something. But like comedians have like demons that like radio guys don't really have. Radio guys are like doing this impression of like disturbed dark guys, but they're not. They're peppy idiots. And like comedians are fucked up, you know. So like you take somebody like Chad and put him in with Aaron in a locked room, and Aaron's gonna be climbing the fucking wall to get away from Chad. I guarantee you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Aaron's a boxer too, so you know he has the chops to fight.
And Chad can take a punch. We've all seen that. Chad will take a punch and live stream it. Look what this Kumiak Cup did. He thinks I'm done. I'm going to live stream again.
I just got a steel toe in my butthole. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I don't fucking.
That's the
know,
other thing.
but-
It's like steel toe, but there's nothing like blue collar about it at all. It's like a dork in a
Oh, good.
Midwestern
Now we have a
housewife.
show. No. Oh, damn, he's back.
I knocked out my dumb camera.
Perfect.
Oh, you're frozen.
There we go.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. This is like a proof of life video.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All I do is take hits. On my own show, I take hits. Hits keep coming. Jesus. I take more hits than Chad at a fucking taco truck. Ray orchestrated all this. Don't trust his pleasant disposition. Chad is terrified of Ray. Yeah, I guess I'm the blood shark. They were calling me the blood shark.
Oh, shit.
after
you seen the
after all
moment
this.
you seized it, and now
Oh,
you're going
yeah.
after it. Yeah. I don't understand his hate for you, Ray. I was like, what has Ray ever done to Chad?
Well, here's what I think it is and I'm never going to go into it, but like stuff that I know like happened in Cleveland, and I'm not going to do it because I don't want to.
Wow. The thing that could really make your show pop and you're sitting on it.
No, I'm not like all this stuff Rover's talking about and stuff. I'm not. No, because the people that are the innocent people, I'm like, they got real jobs, real corporate jobs and stuff.
I heard the innocent people are dead.
If you talk about it, Ray, I will give you an 89.
No, I'm not. No,
I'll
never.
give you an 89 Barry Sanders starting lineup in the package. Authenticated.
No.
I'll get your whole dresser sandblasted and painted.
No, I will not. No. I let Chad entertain us, but like that, I thought that was hilarious when Rover came out and like just said, like, yeah, this is the same story. He didn't even create a new. It wasn't even three guys this time.
You thought it was hilarious when Rover came out and did it. That's why you won't. You're like, I don't do funny on this show.
I don't do funny. I don't do funny at all. I'm just a guy in his 40s collecting bobbleheads. Isn't that? And I don't even collect them. These are just like the only thing that came with me from New York.
But this could be the next big war. It could be you versus
I'm
Chad.
not. No.
Why don't you tell him what you were telling me over DM last night?
Okay, go ahead. Let it out.
No, you say it.
No, you say it.
I mean, never mind.
Dude,
that's enough.
That's
enough. Just put that out in the ether, and then Chad will hear it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what Ray said to me.
What were you saying, you bitch?
Yeah. Apparently, according to Chad, I don't even know him. We don't even know each other that well. Yeah.
You guys play basketball against each other at Kent State and Bowling Green. I mean, that's like the Final Four in Ohio. So when you play a pickup game at those two schools.
Yeah. No, we started comedy on the same night, and he ran his head into a TV with his helmet, and that's when he peaked. It's been all downhill. Getting carried out, concussed on a stretcher into an ambulance. Was there an ambulance? I don't know. It's a better story. I like how like he embellishes everything in life except when he's on stage. Then he sticks to the truths. Like, I graduated at 2.5. Took me 8 years to graduate. I drive a shitty car. But the second he's off stage, lies all the place, and it's fine. But can't embellish when on stage. When it's a performance, you can't embellish. You got to stick to the facts, or it's not funny. You got to stick to the facts. Like, yes, I am from Kennewick. Yes, I am the Z-Man.
I don't see us having a dry bar special.
Right. That is right. Yeah.
I'll give you the guy's email. He's a nice dude. If I
don't
do comedy. Submit.
I find it disgusting.
Why did you stop? I don't.
The pandemic. I was doing stuff and then just stopped and started watching all these Vegas comics here, and I started doing my podcasts, like deep dives on these little open micer. The egos here are insane. And I just became like disgusted with it. And I don't want to be associated with these people.
Oh, I got a lot of that in Cleveland too. Where like I come to, because I'm in New York and I'm past that a lot of, essentially the Cellar's the only club that I'm not past it, but I never auditioned there. I hope to, but yeah, I'll get like paid spots in New York or whatever. And then like a Cleveland comic will see that I'm in New York. It's like, hey, I see you're booked at the Comic Strict or Stand Up New York. Like this. I'll say the guy's name. He's a good guy. Raj is his name. He's like an open micer comic. He's like, hey, can I come with you? Can you get me on the show? It's like, no, I'm not the fucking booker. A Stand Up New York. Like I have It's like amazing when we're in Cleveland and like bar shows. Like, hey, I'll swing by. Like, I don't know if I can get you sometime. Okay, I guess I won't. I guess I'm the only legitimate comic here. But okay, I don't know if I can do your bar show tonight for free, just to run 10 minutes of jokes. And then, but the second they're the second they're in New York City. What's that?
Is the improv still there, or is it just hilarities now?
No, the improv's there, but it's essentially it's just a black club now.
Yeah, it was all. I mean, last time I worked that club was maybe 2017, and it was a black club then.
Yeah, that's what it is now. And I do hilarities, but mostly I do hilarities. Like
improv is great. I mean, I would always go like like guys like Ari Spears and stuff, like white guys to open for him, and like that club's great though.
It is a great club,
black club. But if you can do black crowds, it's fucking.
Oh
awesome.
Man, I love black crowds. Those are probably my favorite. Honestly,
I know they taste the best.
Yeah. So, no. I mean, because the black crowds, they like when you have a show that is just packed with the black crowd, they love to laugh and they don't give a shit. So like when they start laughing, they go. And so
they're just honest. They're more honest than white crowds.
They bring the most energy, and when they're having a blast out there, man, I'm having a fucking blast on stage.
White people like polite laugh.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Black people will hiss and shake keys at your ass if you ain't funny.
Yeah, you'll accidentally get punched when they're laughing. So because they'll just be like, that shit was funny.
That's Kumia.
Yeah.
I forget what comic said it, but it's essentially saying like black crowds are there to have fun regardless if you're funny or not. So if you're funny, they're going to have fun with you being funny. Right, but if you're not, they're still going to have fun. They're going to have fun whether or not.
Oh, they'll have fun, but they'll give it to you too. I mean, there's been a time or two that I bombed in front of a black crowd and they're just looking at me. And I'm like, I'm not the police. And I mean, it's crazy. There's been times that I bombed in front of them, but some of my best shows have been in front of black crowds. I think Zenhauser. Oh shit! I probably shouldn't have said that. I think somebody else told me that it's the Chitlin circuit. They were like, Chris loves working the Chitlin circuit.
Well, I disagree. I think they're equal.
Yeah. I love. The only problem with the black shows out here in Cleveland that I do, and they're great, the lineups are fucking long.
Yes. Yeah.
Jesus.
They'll run 30 people. Yeah.
It's like, all right, come on. All right, you're going up 17. It's like, all right,
yeah, they're late to everything because they were all at an open mic.
It's like, Jesus, you're 17. Is there really 17 funny people in Cleveland right now? Why are there 17 of us on this show?
No, because the Browns aren't in town, so there's not 17 funny people there.
Oh, like
I was working there. I was working there. I think last time with I can't remember what, but we wanted to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and like he walked up to the front desk and he was like, "I'm so and so the comic, and I want to get like a free tour."
Ray Piss, I'll take it.
And they were just like, no.
No.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I can't remember.
That is hilarious.
I cannot remember who it was. Fuck.
Pulling out the celebrity card, name dropping, and no one gives a shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was at the Improv in Cleveland, so it wasn't like a giant name.
Yeah.
But it was like Aries Spears-ish, but it wasn't Aries. It's somebody I've worked with quite a bit, and I cannot remember who. But it's really funny because I was like, this is so cringe to go up and like, can we get in free? I'm the comic at the Improv. And
right.
Like, no.
That's hilarious. Although
this is worse than just paying and getting in.
Yeah, nothing shoots you down.
Well, I do this on the road. I don't know how often you go to the gym, Patrick, but I will admit this: when I'm doing clubs on the road, I'll go to like the gym, like, hey, I'm at the Funny Bone this week. I'll give you some passes if you want to go this week. I'll get you in for free, and that usually works out where they like the manager will be like, yeah, come in, and then they never show up for the shows. But
probably because when you're taking your shower, you're toweling off with paper towels, and they're like,
no. Then I shower at the hotel. If I'm in a hotel, I shower at the hotel. But
or it's possible they just had enough of your jokes by the end of the gym.
Yeah. Speaking of, here's a Chad Zumock story. Fucking so we're in Dayton This is years ago. Chad's hosting. I'm featuring. Jesse Joyce is headlining. This is
That's
right
a
at,
beast.
yeah. Jesse's one. He's the reason why I moved to New York. He wrote for the Grammys. He wrote jokes for the Grammys this year. But he's my roommate.
I met him because we were both
Oscars. He wrote for the
opening
Oscars
for Geraldo for a long time, and we would alternate. Him and I would open for Geraldo in like 2007, 8. But he's a beast.
No, Jesse, he's still one of my best friends. He wrote for the Oscars. He writes for Kimmel. He's one of the head writers on Kimmel now. But I
would keep that quiet these days. Eek.
So we're at the Gold's Gym.
That's what I'm saying, Ray.
I want to do it. I might do it. Hopefully.
You don't. For what?
I want to do it. Yes, I want 501 views. I was the one to get 501 views. But we're at the Gold's Gym in Dayton, and Dave Chappelle was there. And this is right after this is a few years after Chappelle's show was off the air. And I was like, oh shit, Dave Chappelle. And I started talking to him. Chad's with me, and I'm like, oh hey, and I go, I'm friends with Neil Brennan, because at the time I was friends with Neil Brennan, like in New York, because like we would do spots at the Boston Comedy Club, like late night, and Chappelle's like, it's like Neil, I don't, because I didn't know
Kevin.
I didn't know they hated each other, because this is like this when Neil was like pissed at him that the Chappelle show broke. So like, but I ended up talking to Chappelle for like 15 minutes. Chappelle actually spotted me on the bench. He spotted me. He's a cool dude, and everything's cool. Everything's a cool conversation. Then as we're leaving, Zumock says to fucking Chappelle, he goes, "Hey, if you want to swing by Wiley's tonight, I'll try to see if I can get you a guest spot." And then Chappelle immediately quit talking to us, and that was the end of it.
I'll see if I can get you a guest spot. Chappelle should have said, "I'll see if I can get you bumped."
Yeah, and that's when he quit fucking talking to us. We were buddies. Me, Chappelle, and Chad were buddying around the gym at Gold's Gym, just comics. And then Chad said that, and that was a fucking end of it. He was no longer.
Chad told me that him and Godfrey were like at Chappelle's house once, like chilling.
I don't know. But that gym story, Chad will admit, is true. But that's when Chappelle, everything was cool with Chappelle. And I'm like, I'm being friends with Chappelle. He spotted me benching. Like, yeah, me and Chappelle were boys. It's like, oh, you don't like Neil Brennan? Then I guess I don't like Neil Brennan either. Screw that guy.
How much were you benching?
The most I ever could do, and I would max out a 45 and like a 25 on each side.
And he was spotting you?
Yeah, he spotted me. Yeah.
Okay.
I only do like one or two times.
Did he have a cigarette in his mouth? Was he ashing on you?
No, but he was. This is when he like. This is the first time I ever saw him buff, because I only knew him as skinny, scrawny Chappelle. This is the first time I saw him like buff. Like, yeah, he doesn't mess around at the gym. Like, he takes that stuff serious. And but then I told,
like, people call him the Black Stevie Lou.
But then years later, I hosted a show at the Stand, and Neil Brennan's there, and the owner's like, "Hey, Neil Brennan's going to do a spot on the show." I was like, "Oh, that's cool, that's awesome." And then I saw Neil, and I go, "Hey, what's up, Neil? What's going on, man? It's good to see you, man." And he goes, "Hey, what's up?" And then he like kind of blew me off. I told this story on Brennan's podcast a bunch. He kind of like blew me off, and I was like, "Huh?" And I go, "No, Neil, it's me. It's Ray DeVito. What's up, man?" And he's like, "I already said hello." And then it was like, wow. I want to be like, motherfucker, this is my show you're doing. You're doing my show. I thought at first he blew me off because he like didn't recognize me. Like, oh yeah, because we used to hang out, me, him, and Jesse. Like after Jesse would drive him home and stuff. Like we were like buddies. And then like so I see him like 12 years later at the Stand, and I'm like, "Hey, it's me." And I thought like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" But nope, just
maybe that's why he did it though. He knew you, and he was like, "I already said hello."
Yeah,
so he's like,
I said hello to you 12 years ago when I was a nobody. We're done with our hellos.
By the way, because of you, Dave Chappelle's still mad at me.
Yeah.
I heard you were.
What are you, a Chappelle cuck? And then he punched me. I go, "All right, you Chappelle cuck," and then he punched me. And I go, "I'm getting punched by all these Chappelle cucks."
Yeah.
These Chappelle cucks are punching me.
So how much are you paying Chad for me to be on the show?
Ooh.
Oh, we have to negotiate. Yeah, he's your manager now. What, I owe him what, 15%? I'm paying Chad. What should I pay him? I'll do whatever. I owe him big time money. This Chad Zumock. He's stepping up my career.
Yes.
But I
mean,
wish
he's the star of the internet right now.
he's the star, man.
He's the web's darling.
He is killing it.
But he used to crash in my place all the time in New York, and I was fine with it. And by the way, I don't know about you guys. Like, I like hanging out with other comics. So I would always like our place, Jesse Joyce, in my apartment, and we'd always have comics that are in from out of town crash our place. I enjoyed it because it's like when you're a kid having a sleepover, you got like other comics to hang out with. Go out to the diner and just have fun and be comics. So like 3 in the morning.
It looks like you're a kid having a sleepover now.
You like to have someone to show
sitting on the floor with your friends talking into a Mr. Microphone. What's going on?
Friends are fun, is the great Bob Levy would say. Friends are fun. And
Levy said, tell us that 92 story again.
Oh, Jesus. I'm getting heckled by Bob Levy.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. How you do this, Patrick, with your PIs?
Reliving the glory days here. You're like, and then this one time, Jesse Joyce and I did this.
All right. Glory days. No, yeah, he's writing for a show, and I'm here in front of my childhood dresser.
I'd rather be locked in that depressing room than writing for Kimmel.
But we need to get your private investigators on this. Is Bob Levy actually getting a swimming pool? That is what they need to investigate. Is it actually happening?
I'd worry about why he's delaying it and what bodies he's waiting to bury.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the delay.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's doing. He's just burying. And yes, I'll take the gout tards. That's fine, Terry.
Bob Levy's new podcast, The Deep End.
The Deep End. The Deep End with Bob Levy. Like nothing to see in there. What's that big? There's going to be a pool in there, I promise. And then sorry, they couldn't get the pool just to cover up the bodies.
Yeah, or to remove the bodies before they start digging for the pool.
It's going to be the whole bottom of the pool is just people clawing through the gunite to get up.
Get it clear so that way you can see them underneath there. Yeah,
that's where Howard Stern was going to go if I would have gotten my way all those years ago. That's why I'm not allowed in Sirius XM. That's where he was supposed to go. He's lucky they put an end to it. Yeah.
By the time it's in there, he'll be doing like Wilford Brimley cocoon exercises, like aerobicizes in there. He's gonna be floating around on a big swan.
Maybe Chappelle can stop by and spot him, like with the weights and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Someone in the chat said Chad will drown in Bob's pool and then blame it on Kumia. A Kumia cuck for water in my lungs.
Yeah.
Some Kumia cuck held my head underwater.
Poisoning people with chlorine.
Yeah.
Oh
How many times was he shoved in a locker that's his go-to reference? Like,
he was a jock. He was popular. He wasn't beat up. He was the one shoving people in lockers.
Oh, I can't see that. So I can't see that. He looks like a little guy to me. I don't know. I've never met him, but in person, he just looks like.
Wow, you hear that, Zumock? You're a little guy.
A little guy.
Yeah. Not even a man, a little guy. Like
little guy.
Little guy in a Levy pool. Little guy in the Levy pool.
He's gonna have to stay in the kids in the kiddie pool.
He's gonna be very mad after this. I'm sure he's gonna go live immediately.
Oh yeah.
And you're all fucked.
We're done. We're done. Tell me about
Ray. Thanks for dragging me into this.
Tell me about the Las Vegas scene for a little bit. Like what do you hate about it?
Well, Vegas is different because like anybody who does 3 open mics thinks they're a feature or a headliner. There's all these bar shows that are just glorified open mics and they all have a headliner and a feature. And it's like anybody who can do 10 minutes is a feature and anybody who can do 30 is a headliner. Doesn't matter whether you've ever actually done a professional show or not. You're a headliner in your own head.
Right.
They're all like Hoover Dam guides during the day. You know, they work for tips on Hoover Dam tours, and then at night they go do comedy at taco bars, and then they tell everybody else Chappelle sucks and they're the goat. It's just it's honestly it's a giant pile of less than mediocre shit, thinking like they'll get upset if you tell them they're not headliners.
Well, the only dude I know in Vegas, he's a legit comic. He's a buddy of mine, very funny. Derek Richards. You run into Derek out there?
No, but I know him. He's legit. Yeah,
yeah. He's
he's
a great comic.
Like all those real comics work. Brad Garrett's and the Comedy Cellar and all that Laugh Factory here. But there's a million other little, just literally like taco bars, hole in the walls. They'll have midnight shows that are open mics with a headliner and.
Right. That like you need a headliner after the show's already been 2 hours long.
But they'll think they're headliners and they don't understand why they're not getting booked. And it's just like they all have business cards and websites and 3 views, and it's insane.
Damn comedy. That is right. Comedy. Yeah, don't get into this world unless you're you think I want to be in this world? I just have to be in it. Right. Yeah, I don't wish this upon anybody.
I do on my all these people are giving me attention now because of the Chad stuff, but I do deep dives on personalities here in Vegas in the comedy scene. So like if you go back in some shows months ago, you'll see like the kind of people like they're just it's insanity. It's so interesting to like watch them.
Well, but also like Rune's comedy, like a lot, like we have it in Cleveland. Like you go to a bar and they have like their comedy night or whatever, and it's like, and then people go to that, the regular patrons that don't know anything, and they see like 6 open micers that aren't that good, and then they see that and they're like, comedy sucks. I'm never going to. I don't want to go see stand up comedy ever. So like they're not used to seeing like legit shows because they see this and they're like, well, I'm not coming.
Yeah, there's just too many stages and so much stage time and not enough good comics. Like so everybody thinks they're tiers above where they are, and it's like like and they all like it's all circle jerk too, because you know like producers booking producers and like all that kind of garbage that happens everywhere. But then they also do like they've been doing comedy like 9 months and they'll like throw roasts for each other and stuff. It's like bananas. Like, oh, you guys are roasting the coffee shop waitress that does comedy? Like, she has done 14 shows.
Yeah,
like just like they're insane. Like there's no I don't know, like I'm an older generation, I guess, but like there's no respect for it. There's no like humility or like honoring the craft or like really like, you know, like when I was coming up, you didn't want to jump ahead until you were ready. Like,
right.
You know, these guys would go audition for SD tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like they would go down there and do it. And it's like, you know, this will fuck you up for years. You won't be able to come back and audition again. But they're like, no, I'm ready. And it's just like,
yeah, that was a big thing in Detroit
at
Ridley's Comedy Castle. So I started out like Toledo and then Ann Arbor and stuff like that. But Ridley's Comedy Castle was always the spot that you wanted to get to if you was in Michigan. And they used to say, listen, if you go do Ridley's, you better be ready to do Ridley's.
Right.
Because if you go there and you bomb, that's it. They take you off the list. You won't get back up there. And that is very true. So I was blessed that I did good that night, and so I got invited back. But that's the thing. There was a lot of comics coming up at that time though too that were like, oh, I want to go do Ridley's. I'm ready for Ridley's. It's like, dude, you've done 2 shows, and then they would go because they would make that call, and Ridley would give them Mark would give them a chance, and they do terrible. Yeah.
Here it's like the opposite. Like they'll put anybody on any stage, most of them except for the 3 clubs I mentioned. Like Jimmy Kimmel's has a new club here at the Link, like beautiful, multi-million-dollar, state-of-the-art, 300-seat comedy club. Will put on just open micer garbage headlining nights. And like no one's watching the show, the music's low energy, the guy announcing it's low energy. It's this beautiful playground that like no one gives a fuck there. No one gives any fucks. And it's $20-25 ticket. You know, waters are $7 and drinks are $13. And there's not even a bathroom in the club. There's a bathroom in the green room, but not for patrons. You have to exit to go downstairs, exit the building, go next door and into a facility and go to the bathroom at a comedy club. 300
Wow.
seats,
Yeah.
no bathroom. There's one backstage for the fat guy who's going on stage.
The
But he
headliner.
Yeah, they couldn't put a door on the other side of it for everyone else to use, and that guy as well. Like, it's so insane. No one's paying attention. The quality of the shows is garbage, and they don't care because all the shows here are also very short. You know, they don't do a 90-minute, 2-hour show like they do everywhere else. They want people back out gambling. They want hour show.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. That's the headliner, MC headliner feature. So like everybody with 20 minutes thinks they're a fucking headliner here. And like, I can't bother. They're all dumb as fuck.
I worked Vegas like four times, and it was all through Comedy Zone had a comedy club at the Plaza.
Yeah.
And that was great. I loved it. And I liked Fremont Street better than I liked the newer Vegas. Fremont Street is awesome. I loved it. But
it's becoming the newer Vegas now, though. It's all getting redone.
I loved it the way it was.
Yeah.
I loved it. But the other time I was out there, for some dumb reason, years ago, I did the World Series of Comedy, thinking it was going to matter.
No, the guy who runs that's a scam artist too, Joe Lauer.
Yeah. And I went and I did that, and the only thing you like win is feature work for bookers that I already featured for. So it's like it was such and it was like I was like a no. It's like I already worked for all these. It made me look worse. It made me look like down a peg.
Was it your podcast that you had Ryan Dalton on?
Yeah.
So Ryan Dalton won World Series of Comedy 1 year, years ago, 2013, whatever. He's a buddy of mine. I've known him since I've probably known him 10 or 12 years. He wins that. You know, they promise you like 50 weeks of work and all this stuff. He never got any of it. He never got any of it.
Yeah, that's how it was for me. Bookers
comedy, and now they do all the satellites. They're just raking in money on comics.
Just taking money out of comics pockets. If anything, I used to do Loonies like once a year, and then I did that. And like I didn't get hired for Loonies again. And Loonies is one of the judges. It almost like they looked at me as like, wow, why were we booking this guy? He's desperate enough to do a World Series of Comedy. We don't need him.
And it's like
it made me look worse.
The Kenan Thompson thing. It's like when I see you enter that, I know that you have no idea what you're doing.
And it worked against me. So doing that, like it worked against me doing it.
If you're a working comic, don't go to World Series of Comedy or Kenan Thompson's Ivory.
Or even like the festivals that will come out in the summertime and stuff. They're like, okay, send in a 5-minute video and your money for your entry fee. I'm like, bullshit. I'm not paying you.
Yeah,
I'm not paying you. The festival is just 4 shows in a coffee shop in this town. It's like, what?
Yeah, I'm not paying you to come to your show and do it. I mean, those guys they take advantage of a lot of people. Yeah. So
all right. On that note, I got a note from Joe. We got to wrap up. So
I gotta go to bed.
All right. Give them your plugs, you guys. Those are my plugs. Everything from me. I'm gonna do an after show on my Rock Bottom YouTube channel. So come to that. Follow Patrick Melton on social media. Follow Chris Abels. Can they do their plugs or are they gone, Joe?
No, they're still there.
Oh, okay. Let them do their plugs.
Nobody Likes Onions is the podcast. Check it out. NobodyLikesOnions.com. Also today we just launched Movie and the Scrimp merchandise. Check that out at AaronMHolt.com. AaronMHolt.com. Pick up your Movie and the Scrimp merchandise. Aaron's movie, April's the Scrimp. And I have his domain name. Pick up a hat and a shirt today.
Chris, where can people find you?
Friday night, go to Eventbrite. Drunken Masters of Comedy this Friday night. I'll be in Martinsburg, West Virginia. You can catch me on Levyland on Tuesday nights and on Replayables on Friday nights. Not this Friday on Replayables because I'll be in Martinsburg, but Eventbrite, Drunken Masters of Comedy. So
awesome. And then I'm going to say, everyone, check out my new special, A Life Without Balconies, available on iTunes and Amazon, or if you have the Sirius app, you can, I guess, stream it, like listen to it on there. And if you're in New York City, the show that I'm responsible for, go to At the Stand, 7 o'clock. At the Stand, we got Mark Norman's on it, Joe DeVito, Rachel Feinstein, and Jessica Curson, and then me. You got me hosting, and I'll probably do an album release party there too. But that's infamous.
People want to
Ray.
know if I'm streaming the compound thing at 4. I don't know. I'm gonna go to bed, and if I'm up, I will. If not, we'll do it afterwards.
Cool, but I'm gonna do an after show. I might bring on your buddy Stevie Lou to yeah,
I'll be sure to be watching.
No, I love you guys. Dude, Patrick, awesome seeing you again, man, after all these years, man. You're killing it.
Thanks
Cool.
for having me.
Thanks for doing it. All right. Peace out. And thank you, Chris. I'll see you soon at your wedding.
Yeah,
Later.
absolutely.
All right. Peace.